Eddie Trunk here backstage at Rocklahoma 2008, joined by really one of the true hellraisers in the genre of this music, a man who's never at a loss for words, which I love about him, the great Jesse James Dupree.
I'm just trying to keep up with you, brother.
Me?
Yeah, as we were talking earlier, 25 years, what an inspiration, man.
Thank you, man.
You must have been 14 when you started.
I was actually about 17, 18, but not too
God
far
bless
off.
you, man.
Thank you,
You've been waving the rock and roll flag for inspiration.
Okay, I appreciate that, really. That means a lot. But you've been doing it quite a while yourself. What was the first Jackal record? What year was the first Jackal?
1992.
92?
92 was the first Jackal album, yeah.
And of course, that's obviously such a big part of what you're doing in your set and the live show these days as well. Earlier, we just did a press thing, and I talked to you about the Lumberjack and the fact that it's become such an iconic song and such a big moment for you with the chainsaw. But one thing I never heard from you, if you could share with everybody watching, when did the idea, when you started recording that song, first come to you that you wanted to apply that to the song as an instrument?
Well, first of all, you know, my standard rap is the most definitive instrument for rock and roll. It's loud, it's aggressive, it's abrasive, it's destructive, it's stanky, it's everything that rock and roll should be, you know. But the true story is that we held the sales and attendance record in a club in Atlanta, Georgia, before we ever had a record contract. And the guy that owned the place did way too much blow and was about 60 years old. And I used to just tempt him all the time to go into convulsions by doing crazy stuff. And I told him one night, I said, I'm going to bring a chainsaw in, cut this place up. And one night I did. And all the guitar players were sitting in at the end of the night having a jam session. And I just picked the chainsaw up and jammed along, and it worked. And it was that my dad was actually in the audience that night. And he's the one that said, you know, you need to keep doing that. My dad did. And about 3 weeks later, my dad, who always rode a Harley my whole life, he shows up at one of our shows in a car. And I'm like, why is he in a car? And he opened up the trunk and he had bought me a chainsaw.
Oh, man.
And said, you got to keep doing it. Fair enough. But, you know, Alice Cooper asked me recently, he said, you know, I think about you all the time because people, he said they expected me to carry that snake around with me everywhere I went. He said, and I had to get past the snake. Everybody wanted to talk about the snake. He said, I think about you all the time because you must be the same way with a chainsaw. Now, I said, well, there's a big difference, Alice. You can't play a snake. And then he says, you know, I guess the chainsaw is the weapon of choice.
I'll tell you what, though, man. Earlier today, I got here before almost anyone was here, and someone was warming up your chainsaw up on the stage, and the people that were here just was like, boom, they went up.
It's like shooting off fireworks, man. I mean, you can't get enough of it. I'm one of those damn visually retarded that can just sit there and light fireworks all night long. I think this buddy of mine called it like that the other night.
You just don't want to make a mistake with a chainsaw like people can do with fireworks and get away with that.
I don't want to recircumcise myself. That's
exactly.
I can't afford to lose anymore.
I'll let you go, man, because I know you got to get ready to go on stage, but I just want to ask if you could update everybody what's going on with Jackal now, what's the future plans? You're talking about maybe some new music, keep touring, what are you doing?
Well, first of all, I got a new record that drops next Tuesday, the 15th of July.
All right, solo record.
Yeah, it's a solo record. It's Jesse James Dupree and Dixie Inc. And it drops July the 15th. The single's actually number 44 on the media-based charts now. Called Rev It Up and Go Go. It starts out with a four-wheel drive, goes into the banjo, and then a Jew's Heart comes in, and then it'll knock your teeth down your damn throat.
Good deal.
But I'm proud of that record. You'll dig it, man. The record goes in some cool places. And then Jackal's got some new material we've been working on, and hopefully right after the first of the year we can get a new album.
All right, good, man. It's always good to see you, man.
Thank you, Eddie.
And I know you've been doing it a long time, too, man.
25 years. 25.
Woo! 17 years, at least recorded. God knows how many.
He does math quick, doesn't he? I'd have been naught plus naught equals naught. Rock me, roll me, Jackal, Eddie Trunk, kicking the dog.